Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and this is my 6th YouTube, I believe. And if this is your first time, welcome. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you taking the time to check my channel out. And I want to thank all the new subscribers that I've gotten. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if this is your first time and you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. I would love to have you get to know you better. And I usually interact with each person that comments in the comment section below. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Here in North Texas, we're starting to ease the restrictions, I guess. I'm not necessarily excited about that, but I know that things need to start opening up, I guess. But I'm enjoying being home, and I'm not anxious to go out and mingle with crowds of people, put it that way. So, but y'all didn't come here to listen to me talk about COVID. Y'all came to see what I've been up to. So the last couple weeks I've been doing mostly cross stitch, a little bit of sewing. Actually, I did a good amount of sewing and delivered bags to different ones that had requested bags. And then I made myself one, which I haven't done that for a bit. I have an idea of what's going in it, but we'll have to wait and see. And I made some more masks. I still have more masks to make, and I am still doing some knitting. Not as much knitting, because obviously I'm not spending a lot of time in the car. But anyway, so let's get to what I've been doing. I have a fully finished object. So excited. Some of y'all have seen this. This is Hands-On Design, Stitching by the Sea. And I had finished this probably a month and a half ago, I believe. And been a little bit intimidated with finishing it fully. Because number one, I didn't have all the materials, and I hadn't looked at the instructions, actually, is what had happened. But I did realize after reading them, it's not as intimidating as it looks, and you can do this too. So I did fully finish it today. This is Stitching by the Sea is where I long to be. And I did not have the mild chili rickrack. I had this blue color, and so I went with it because if you notice, it is kind of the color of the ocean waves here. So I figured it would just mimic that. So here's my little basket. I love how this turned out. It's so cute. And Kathy's instructions are really good. And then here's the little pin cushion. And there's the bottom. I am so proud of it. I want to do another one, but not yet. We'll see. I have some other patterns that I want to do, so that are similar but not the same. And then, so that's my only fully finished, but super proud of that I can think of. I may have done something else, but at the moment that's all I could remember. And I don't keep super good track of it. That is going to sit right up here. So the other projects that I've been working on, Carolyn Manning's Shooting Star. And this is done on 22 count Hardanger 1/1, and the fabric is still very stiff, but I am enjoying this better than the other fabric. Look at those little teeny tiny squares and the cat hair. Yes, I have 2 cats. And they are stitched into my stitching. But I love how those are turning out. So, and I am also enjoying these little needle or thread keeps, I guess. Yes, they're kind of a mess, but they do untangle really easily. And I also put painter's tape here, and then did the DMC number as well as the key, so that I don't forget which one goes where. Enjoying that very much. I'm trying to do about an hour a day, maybe, or at least 30 minutes. I haven't gotten to that today because I'm going to work on my long dog sampler because it is the 29th. The other project that I've been working on, doing my best to do daily for about half an hour, is my Theresa Kogut in Command. A lot of y'all have seen this. If you haven't seen it, looks like this. Excuse the glare. And this is where I've gotten. So I am making a lot of progress, at least on the one wing. This actually is getting close to being done and then right here is where her head starts, in that area. But I'm doing my best to work on that daily as well. But it is a lot of fun. I do need good lighting because of the darkness of the fabric. The other one, this one I have been working on in the evenings, and I love this one. Of course, I love Satsuma Street. This is her Alice in Wonderland, and my goal this last week, or the last 2 weeks, was to finish my Alice. And I did. Isn't she cute? Sorry, the lighting may not be too good. Anyway, all those bright colors. It does have some back stitching in it. I got all of the back stitching done in all of these little triangle flower sections, as well as in Alice. And then, let's see, today is Wednesday. On Monday evening, I started this block. This is the, well, you'll have to see. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. It's been a while since I've read Alice. But I want to say it's a worm. But it is such a fun stitch. I'm hoping I'll be done with this in just a couple nights. It is not taking long at all. And I love because she actually does large blocks of color, and I'm able to just enjoy that. She uses DMC threads. It's a lot of fun. It's stitched on 32 count ice blue, I believe. I believe that's what it's called. It's a linen. And then on Fridays, I work on my Samsara piece, and y'all have seen this. I didn't get as much done this last week, and I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. I may have figured it out, but that's where we're at right now. So I did the outline of the flower there, and I finished a little bit more here because it's in the same color, and I finished the tail feather. Love that. And that piece is called, it's by Samsara. It's stitched on 32 count Charlotte's Pink, and it's called Happy Life, and it's a 3-part piece. It looks, I think I showed it in my last video, but it looks like this. It's really happy and cheerful. I have a friend that stitched this, and my eyes go to it as soon as I walk into her house every time I've been in. And she has a lot of stitched pieces. But when I saw it, I knew that was one that I had to see to stitch. And these are all the colors. Well, that helps if you hold them in the front of the fabric. Aren't they fun? So that's my Samsara piece, and I work on that on Friday evenings when I'm stitching with friends online. My last piece I'm working on is Savior's Praise. There's a number of people working on that right now, and I'm sure y'all have seen it. Looks like this, or they have been working on it. I don't know if they still are or not. I've seen it on my Instagram feed. And I spent a little bit of time on Saturday with this. Got a good bit done. I did more of the fill-in of the leaves and some of the flower pieces and stuff. And then we ended up going and seeing my son, who's in college, and he's been working down there at the university he's at. And so he hasn't been home. But we took lunch down to him. He's been kind of self-quarantining. There's only about 50 kids there at the most. And so we took lunch down to him and ate lunch with him on Saturday. It was so nice to see and spend some time with him. I hadn't seen him in like almost a month, I think. Anyway, so those are what I've been working on over the last couple weeks. And my one knitting project, this bag I made, is oh shoot, my brain's gone blank. It's listed on my other videos. I use Knit Companion, and I actually use Knit Companion for both cross stitch and knitting. And this is called Autumn Road, and this is where I'm at. I have only, I believe, one more repeat section, 1.5. So I have one more of this and one more of this and then one more of that, and I'm done. I got a lot done over the last 2 weeks, in spite of the fact that I have not been stitching on it. I'm just about done with this section here. This is the lace work, and yeah, I am showing you the front. Sometimes I've shown you the back, but this is a lot of fun, and this is actually a pretty easy stitch. I use markers, stitch markers, so that I keep track of where I'm at. Otherwise, because I am not real good at doing lace work, it's easy to lose track of your sections. So I use stitch markers, so then I can just keep going. So I don't have too much farther. See, there's my yarn. And that's the one knitting project I've been working on. I haven't been doing any socks. Haven't been doing a lot of knitting. Like I said, I've been doing mostly cross stitch and then some sewing. And let's see, I had somebody ask me about my coffee Quaker, which is this piece. I showed this last time, and they were wondering about what threads I had used. I actually still had them kitted up. I hadn't put them back. in my stash yet. So these are the threads, and the threads that I used are Ocean. This one is Pea Coat. These are both Weeks Dye Works. And then Plum Paisley, which is a Classic Colorworks. Steamed Broccoli, also Classic Colorworks. Tartan Plaid, which is also a Classic Colorworks. And then another week's was the Taffeta. And then another week's was Island Breeze. These are all showing pretty true to color. And then Gentle Arts, Brethren Blue. And the last one is a Classic Colorworks Mint Julep. So those are the colors that I used. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me in the comments below, and I'll be glad to answer them. I used complimentary DMC and used the Crinant quarter here and just did a twist, a double twist. Vonna Pfeiffer has really good tutorial on her video page, her YouTube channel, and then I think she also talks about it on her blog. I'm not positive of that. And then last week I got a gift, and I have been waiting to open this. I'm not exactly sure why I waited, except that I wanted to wait because it was from Caroline. And thank you, Caroline, from Off the Grid Needle Arts. I had sent her a Christmas package. She and Louise and Adrian, it was supposed to be her birthday, which is back in July, I believe. And I didn't get it sent until around Christmas time. And she sent me a package. I didn't know this was coming. So I'm opening it now. And I'm so excited. I could kind of see, but not really. Oh. Oh, wow. It's a lovely bag. Oh, that's beautiful, Caroline. I love the colors. Thank you. With the little cinch. You know this is going to get used. And then some threads to go with it. I believe these were dyed by Adrian before she quit dyeing. Thank you so much, Caroline. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. And let's see. Well, I lost my train of thought now. That was a gift. And then a haul. I decided I was going to kit up Carnation Sampler by Liz Matthews. And I had partially kitted it, but I had not fully kitted it. I found some fabric that I had. And so just to remind y'all, this is what it looks like. I'd gotten it at Market, and I'm thinking about starting this in May. It may actually be a May 1 start. And these are the threads. Just a second. There. I'm not positive on the green because it may not show up in this fabric, because this is a 40 count Regency, so I'd be using only one thread, and this is, I believe, by Regency is Picture This Plus. And I love the fabric. So I may change the greens out and just go a little bit darker on the green. I'm sure I have something around. But that's the colors for that particular piece. So that may be a new start in May or on Friday. And I'm going to try something new. I used to stitch in a hoop, and I went to Q-Snaps, and I do a lot of stitching in hand, but I have had some shoulder issues, and so I was thinking I might try using a different hoop. And I had purchased last summer or last Christmas a Hardwick Manor hoop when we were in North Carolina, and I bought the twill tape to wrap it. Never did. And then I saw the attic video, and I believe Jean had used some of the this kind of tape. It is, you see it a lot when people get blood work done, and it sticks to itself. It doesn't stick to your skin, so it won't stick to your hoop, so it won't leave a residue really. And super easy to apply. And then I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Because, you know, I used to use something similar, not exactly, but we used to use stuff, all kinds of creative things when we were starting IVs, especially on children, to deter them from picking at it. Not this so much, but other things. Anyway, wrapped my hoop up. It's ready to go. And so I'm thinking I may try using that on that new Liz Matthews piece, because it's not real large. Well, I say that. And it's not real tiny either. It's not big. It's 95 by 95. So I should be able to get this done. We'll see. Anyway, I was wondering, I have a lot of whips. Would y'all like to see a whip parade? I have some that I've started and because I got into kind of a starting, I just had a bit of startitis, not since I started recording, but last year and year before last. So I still have pieces that I started back in 2018 that I have not fully finished or finished. So if y'all would be interested in seeing some of my whips, feel free to comment below and let me know, and I'll plan one of those. Also, I have not decided on Mania yet. My birthday is also in May, and so I know I will be starting at least one. I may start several. I may actually start one every day like I did last year on my birthday, for the week of my birthday. I believe I started one a day. But I have not fully gotten that fully gelled. I have a number that I could start. Y'all haven't seen all of my stash. So anyway, it's been great chatting, and thank you so much for coming by, and I look forward to doing this again. Who knows, maybe I'll do another one next week. I've been thinking about doing one more often. Just because it's because I'd like to have the incentive to finish things and to show progress, but I haven't felt like I was stitching enough to do one weekly or to warrant that. So we'll see. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.